Hi, I'm Haley Hatfield with MAC 140, the Intercultural Speech. I did my speech over Nagaland. My roommate is actually from there. It is in India. Um, I have asked her to make me her favorite dishes. I've listened to her music. I've listened, like, she and our friend Chim has, like, they speak in their language, and I've learned a lot from this. Their food in Nagaland is very different from what Americans eat. It to me it looks and tastes healthier. Their music is like ours, but for me it was more soothing and like calm. Their language is English and a tribal language, because in Nagaland they're all in, instead of like cities, they call them tribes. Their traveling is like living in a city because they do more walking than anything. But I've learned so much just about Nagaland just talking to her. Because just talking to her about it, she could tell me every little detail about it more than I can learn off the internet, which was amazing. Their food is a lot healthier than what Americans eat. Food wise, they eat more meats and vegetables. They don't really eat a lot of breads or pastas like Americans do, because Americans, we have like a lot of like fatty foods that we eat with most of our meals, like the breads and the pastas and all really just fat stuff. They eat with all their meal is basically meat. They eat a lot of vegetables that they will like make with the meat and mix together with it and eat it like that, or they'll just eat the vegetables like that. My favorite thing that Lydia, my roommate, actually made me was chicken heart and gizzard, which I've had chicken and gizzard before, but never the way she made it, because they use a lot of spices, and a lot of Americans don't really use a lot of spices like they do, but they use more of the curries and like hot things to just heat up their food. Their But what she made with me was chicken heart and gizzard, and she put like a lot of the spices in there, and potatoes and a couple other little vegetables with it. But you don't eat this all in like big portions. You eat it in pretty good sized portions. Like, they're not huge, like you fill up your whole plate. You do like, this little part of your plate is this, and then this will be something else. But like for dinner they have like different dishes. They She told me her favorite thing was while just like walking anywhere, you can always get like a fresh coconut off like the road from the vendors, and drink coconut water and then eat the coconut afterward, which I thought that was really neat and everything. And another thing was like, we drink a lot of coffee. Americans drink tons of coffee, or like any caffeinated drinks. Not a, Some Americans drink more teas and everything, but we have coffee shops. We don't have tea shops. In Nagaland, they have tea shops. So you go there, you get, I think she said like an 8-ounce cup of tea. And then it's hot tea and everything. And they have like special teas, like from Nagaland, you can buy and everything. and she said they taste way different from the teas that we have here in America. But like, they don't have coffee shops, they have tea shops, and that's like the hangout area like our coffee shops are. Their language, they speak English, and they have their travel language. Lydia and our friend Chin, they actually have two different, they're not from the same tribe, so their travel language is a bit different. So there's some words Lydia won't understand, and there's words that Chim's not going to understand whenever they talk. But they do speak English. They learn English from elementary to high school. They learn Hindu. They are not recommended to keep learning how to speak Hindu, because they learn how to speak that when they're like in middle school, and then you can either choose to stick with it or you don't have to stick with it. But one thing she told me that was very interesting, which I thought was a little weird, is while they're in school, they're not allowed to speak in their tribal language, because if they do, they will get like in a lot of trouble with school. Like, they're either allowed to speak Hindi or English. Like, they're not allowed to speak tribal at all. In Nagaland, you never really hear of sexual harassment. It's very unheard of. Women don't have to deal with unwanted staring or groping from men, because in the crowded spaces, this is something I actually found off of the internet from Soraha. I think that's how you say her last name. But the traveling, Lydia actually told me that the traveling, they don't have like the big 4-wheel cars like we do. Like, the most common car is like a 3-wheeled car, like the ones that kind of look like a golf cart to me. But her parents do have a truck and everything, because where she lives is more is in the hills and everything. She said it's actually really dangerous to drive the 3-wheeled vehicle up the hills, because it will fall and like tumble over. The streets are very, very crowded, because you have so much traffic, and also on the streets you have like vendors selling homegrown vegetables to people, or the coconuts and different other foods and everything. I've actually learned so much about Nagaland. I really, really would love to eventually travel there one day and go to one of those tea shops like she told me, because I told her, I was like, I love tea, and that would be my kind of thing, is to go to the tea shop and then learn more about how they live. And they have special, each tribe has a special thing they'll wear, like, for special occasions. It's kind of like a wrap, but not really. Like, the bottom half is a wrap, like the skirt part is a wrap, and then they'll wear like a tank top that will match it. Usually the younger generations will wear like the bright colors as pink, purple, and yellow, and then as they get older they'll wear like the blacks and white. And the guys, like, if they're older, they wear like this hat that has like all kinds of jewels and everything on it. And then they have like a certain this is not the right word for it, but it's like a scarf. It's not a scarf, but how they wear it down is like a scarf, and it if they're your younger generation, they wear the pink, purple, yellow, the bright colors, and then white. But it's just so beautiful just learning about where she's from and her culture. And I would be very excited one day to actually go to Nagaland and learn even more about this. But thank you very much.